Okay, so I'm also going to do 2005 question 11C here. Now, not everyone may have done that because I think the exam papers only go back to 06. So firstly, you're asked to account for the inert nature of nitrogen gas. Okay, it has a non-polar triple bond. Okay, and you have to have both things there present, non-polar and triple. Okay, we will have a look at fifth years at non-polar and polar in sixth year. You haven't looked at that, so you may not have known that answer. What is meant by nitrogen fixation? So it is the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen to nitrogen compounds that can be used, or to useful nitrogen compounds. Okay, that would get you your marks. State two ways in which nitrogen is fixed in nature. Okay, so lightning, legumes, okay, so peas, okay, and finally then we have our nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay. Next then we're asked, the concentration of NO2 in the atmosphere has increased in the past 50 years. Describe with the aid of chemical equations how an increase in the number of cars has contributed to this change. Okay. Again here you're asked to describe with the aid of chemical equations, so your chemical equations have to be present. Okay. So, first thing here is that this only happens at high temperatures, and it happens due to the spark plug. And that explanation there gets you 3 marks because there is no chemical equation for that, okay? But what happens is that my nitrogen, and remember, my nitrogen is inert. It will not react. But at high temperatures, due to the spark plug, it is going to react with the oxygen. And when it does that, it forms 2 nitrogen oxides, 2 NOs. Okay? That nitrogen oxide, NO, or nitrogen monoxide, is going to react, and it's going to be with a half O2, and it's going to form NO2. And in the question, you're asked the concentration of NO2, and that's how we get NO2. Okay, now remember you have to include this first 3 marks because nitrogen itself is inert, it does not react. So this has to be present because without this being present, the nitrogen here doesn't react. Anywhere you're asked for describe with equations, you really need to be writing the equations.